So, guys, let's talk about the typical entrepreneur. I'll use myself as an example. Okay, so as we are grinding all through the year, our mind is all over the place, right? We are thinking about not only how to do marketing, how to do lead capture marketing, how to, not lose any clients. We are thinking about customer service. We are thinking about securing the bag. We're making bank runs, we're back and forth, we're just running all around. And anytime we're not, we're enjoying the fruits of our labor as we should be. We're taking trips to Cancun, we are going overseas, we're on yachts, we're just enjoying life, right? And we're okay with that. And so we don't start to think about taxes until when? Until it is tax season. Okay, and typically that is January 1st, people start thinking about their taxes, and by then it's too late. You haven't prepared for it. And so, because we haven't prepared for it, what do? We get nervous and we start trying to figure out what we can do. And we start losing sleep at night because we're like, oh my God, I made all of this money. I did not plan to pay the taxes. I know the tax bill is going to be outrageous. What am I going to do? Well, don't worry, okay? That is why you have CPAs. That's why you have tax strategists. That's why you have tax professionals. You can deal with any one of those people. Just make sure they're just not data entry people, because what we can do is we can figure out how to make the tax codes work for you as opposed to against you. We can save you tens of thousands of dollars on your tax bill if you allow us to, right? So, and a big part of that is by getting into the tax planning season. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go into is the 2 seasons that you guys don't know about. So pretty much everybody knows about tax paying season, okay? Now there are two. There is tax planning season and then there is tax paying season. Now most of the time everybody thinks that tax paying season is the time where you look for your refund if you're a 9 to 5er. But pretty much entrepreneurs, they know that they're either going to owe a ton of money, so they really just want to lower their bill, right? And so the way to do that in tax paying season and not get anxiety about tax season is if you partake in tax planning season. That is when you get with a professional like me and you say, hey, can you look at my numbers? Can you look at my bank account? And what we'll do is we'll look for areas of opportunity that you can capitalize off of write-offs and things that you can do that will give you certain write-offs, so that when you get to tax paying season, it's easy to reduce that bill for you. So that's very important, guys. Mistake number one, entrepreneurs do not typically understand what taxes are, okay? Taxes are simply an incentive program from the government to say, hey, you did what you were supposed to do, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to allow you these tax codes. It's a way, if you can kind of think of it as kind of squaring up what you owe. You get to the table and you find out, do I owe the IRS or do they owe me? Okay, it's a way to put your finances on paper. That's all taxes are. It's not all this other stuff, the things that make you have anxiety and they kind of scare you. It is simply saying, okay, this is what I made. These are my deductions. This is not what I made. This is what I can't be taxed at. Things of that nature. It's basically squaring up, okay, at the end of the day, after all the math is done, does the government owe me or do I owe the government? The players in this game are the government, then you have your W-2 workers, employees, 9 to 5ers, and then you also have your self-employed people, entrepreneurs. Now, for your 9 to 5 people, it's kind of cut and dry, okay? You guys, we look at a paper, we see, how much you made, how much you allowed them to take out of your taxes, and you have tax credits and things of that nature. It is what it is. It's in black and white. There's not much that can be done. Okay. However, with entrepreneurs, we have an advantage. We tell our tax story or our finance story to the government, right? We let them know, hey, I made this much, But however, after my legitimate write-offs, my write-offs that I filed legally, I only really made this much. So for 9-to-5ers, you can't tell a story. For entrepreneurs, the story is yours to tell. You tell that story. All right, guys, and that brings me to mistake number 2, not understanding what a write-off is. A write-off is simply something that is ordinary and necessary for you to actually spend your money on something that has to do with your business, okay? It has to be ordinary and necessary. If it has something to do with your business, whether it's promotions, whether it is mileage, whether it is gas, whatever it is, that is a write-off. The key things is it has to be ordinary and necessary. Necessary to your business, it is a necessity, and it is ordinary. Not going out there and buying Birkin bags and maybe, Chanel purses. That is not ordinary and it is not necessary. Okay, so that is what a write-off is. And then what it simply does is it deducts from your income so that it lowers that income amount. So lastly, we have mistake number 3, and that is not understanding that there are actually 2 tax seasons. There is tax planning season and there is tax paying season, okay? Tax paying season is the time where you guys get anxiety and you get nervous because you wait till the last minute and then it's like, okay, what am I going to do now? I made all this money, I spent all this money, and I didn't really prepare for the tax bill that I'm going to have. And I didn't keep accurate records to have accurate write-offs, okay? So what you want to understand is that tax planning season is more important than tax paying season. Tax planning season is when you're going to take a step back. You're going to have a professional look at your finances, look at your lifestyle. They're going to show you areas of opportunity of regularly living your lifestyle, but keeping correct records so that you can write some of those things off.